Hey friends, it's January 6th. I did the video yesterday at the night of January 5th, and I lied and said it was January 6th. But now it's actually January 6th. Um, and I have some corrections. For the Leonard Cohen review, I didn't give Songs of Love and Hate a review. That's a 10. Famous Blue Raincoat, it's a great record. One of the best Leonard Cohen records. So yeah, Songs of Love and Hate. For my last review, I have a few things that I missed. Billy Strings I didn't mention. He would be above Yonder in the Jamgrass tier. Lettuce would be above Motet, New Master Sounds, Galactic, uh, all that shit. In the Lettuce would be next to Wolfpack. That's where I put Lettuce. Dobapod would be in the Brothers Past's Numa Trio Electronica tier. So yeah, but I got most of them. I did okay. We're back to colors. I don't. I have more jam band to do, but I have lots of stuff to do. Jazz, classic rock. I have to do the '90s rock one. I have to do the '80s. I have a lot of things. Wait for classical. I'm gonna do classical. Tens. um. Anyway, we're doing purple. So, 3 is my favorite number. Purple is my favorite color. Here's 3 albums with purple. The first one is called Purple. It is by the Stone Temple Pilots. Kind of a maligned and underrated band. People just kind of thought they were copying on to the grunge thing or whatever, but they're as good as Pearl Jam or Soundgarden or Alice in Chains or any of those bands that people venerate. I don't know why people dislike them. They have 4 great albums. I can tell you what the 4 great albums are, but I'm just going to tell you about one of the great albums. It's called Purple. Purple opens with Meat Plow. It's not a great song. I wish Vaseline just opened the record. But Meat Plow sounds kind of almost like a core leftover. Whereas Vaseline sounds like the first thing that's like the new band that's on this record. Vaseline's a really cool song. I can play it on guitar because do you know how you play this song on guitar? You go and then you just need a whammy bar. So the last time you go you go and then it's back to it's one string that you just literally go back and forth between 3 frets. And it's somehow a great song. The lyrics are about heroin. Scott Weiland is an underrated vocalist. He's a very good singer. I like his lyrics too. He reminds me of like Jim Morrison. Yeah, Vaseline's a good song. Loungefly is a great song. I think I like Loungefly better than Vaseline. Yeah, just good rockin'. Interstate Love Song. This is, if you're wondering why this is a 10, Interstate Love Song, Big Empty are the obvious reasons. Interstate Love Song is beautiful. Leaving on a southern train only yesterday. You lied. Promises. What I seem to be only watch time. Anyway, that opening guitar with that the verses are great. The way it builds the chorus is great. It's a beautiful melodic song. Yeah, it's a great song. Interstate Love Song. Listen to it. It's very good. After that is Still Remains, which is okay. It's kind of interesting. I like the songs that I don't love on this album, or at least trying to do interesting things. They try to do some weird stuff. Like the end with the army ants kitchen wearing candy bars. They get like weird psychedelic, which I appreciate. I don't think they're the best at being weird psychedelic, but, you know, I appreciate the attempt. And some of this stuff succeeds. Some of this stuff is legitimately great. Like Unglued. Unglued is a fantastic song. Moderation is masturbation. What is what and what makes you feel good? That's a good lyric. It's a very good lyric. Silver Gun Superman rocks. I would be happy if this album just had Silver Gun Superman unglued. No, I wouldn't, but it has Big Empty on it. Too much tripping and my soul's worn thin. Are you reading my diary, Scott Weiland? My soul is worn thin. The acoustic and then the builds of the big chorus. The time to take a ride, at least today, no conversation. It's beautiful. Singing is beautiful. Melody is great. It's awesome. Pretty Penny is one of the best songs on the record. It's like a weird Indian. It reminds me of Dancing Days by Led Zeppelin. It has this weird Indian. There's just like bongos or tablas instead of drums, and then it has this drony Indian sounding thing, and the lyrics are really beautiful. It reminds me of a Beatles George Harrison song. Yeah, Purple, perfect 10 record. It's a great album start to finish. Another perfect 10 Purple is Purple Onion by the Les Claypool Frog Brigade. This is my favorite Les Claypool solo record. I think it has the best original material of any Claypool album that's not a Primus record. So basically, I put this above everything that's not Frizzle Fry or seasoned cheese, or pork soda, or Primus. You'll get your whole thing, Primus. If I'm still alive, you'll get a thing, Primus. Anyway, opens with Purple Onion, which is just a silly kind of intro. That purple onion. It's nice. It sets the pace. The real opener is David McAllister, which is one of the best songs on the record. I'm David McAllister, 10 o'clock moves faster, and I expertly execute every word I say. David McAllister, 10 o'clock newscaster, only 6% of America thinks that I am gay. I think more than 6%, honestly. Buzzards of Green Hill rocks. Warren Haynes takes a solo on it. It's like a fucking... It's like Black Betty or something. It's like an old rockin' kind of Southern rock. It's a nice fun time. Recommend it to anybody. Buzzards of Green Hill. Then is Long in the Tooth, which I love. It's an obnoxious song, but it's a good song about being old. And it's a very minimalist song, but I just love the lyrics. Mother Nature's greedy when you're long in the tooth. I trade all my something for a pocket full of youth, but I'm feeling rather long in the tooth. Long in the tooth. Long in the tooth. Mother Nature is greedy when you're long in the tooth. Whamola is next. Whamola is great. What Whamola is, it became the South Park theme after they got bored of the old South Park theme. And I've seen Claypool live a bunch of times. Mostly solo. I've seen a few Primus. But I've seen him twice do the Whamola, which... Oh, and the drummer from Fishbone plays drums on this, which fucking Fishbone rules. Anyway, Whamola is a gigantic bass string that Claypool plays with a drumstick or some sort of mallet. So the entire song is like a cool in-the-pocket drum beat, and then the bass line is not a bass, it's like one string that he's pulling and then hitting and then pulling it down. So like it's like he's creating frets by like pulling the massive bass string. So what you end up with is and just the fact that that's the song makes me very happy. After that is Ding Dang, Hey How, wherever you are, there you go. This song's about bullying people, oppressing people, and then how they turn into what they turn into. Which, you turn into incarcerated. Like, if somebody gets made fun of, they turn violent, or they turn into, if you're racist towards somebody, then they... Anyway, it's a great song, kind of a cautionary tale about mistreating people. I think it's a beautiful song. Barrington Hall is very weird. I like it. Sounds kind of like a weird old prog thing to me. Dee's Diner is one of the best songs on the record. Who wants to go to Dee's Diner? Who wants to go down to Dee's? It's great. Love this song. Love to hear it live. Yeah, the last great song on this is Up on the Roof. Up on the Roof is one of the best songs Les Claypool has ever written, and I love it. The melody is kind of insane. It has the percussion, which I assume is Mike Dillon, and then yeah, it's a great song. Up on the roof again, watching the sparklers display. Up on the roof again, please don't take my ladder away. Please don't take my ladder. Please don't take my ladder. Please don't take my ladder away. Then it's McAllister Part 2. Not as good. It's like an update on what McAllister's up to. It doesn't have the excitement of the initial McAllister, but it's kind of cool because it like narrates the album, sort of, because the first and second to last song are telling the story of this phony newscaster. And then Cosmic Highway is kind of a cool psychedelic freakout to end the record. Heard of. It has Purple in it. There's this guy Prince. He's pretty obscure. I don't know if you've heard of Prince. But yeah, he's a very good musician. It's a lot of great albums. A lot of people think Purple Rain is the best Prince album, and these people are incorrect. There are like 5 or 6 albums probably that are better than Purple Rain that are Prince albums. Prince has a lot of good albums. I like Controversy the best. I like his first album a lot. I like Sign of the Times better than this record. I'll give you a Prince. I'll get the Prince discography. On the way. I don't need to do this now. Let's do Purple Rain. And why it's kind of overrated. Let's Go Crazy is not overrated. My dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life, and that's a mighty long time. Oh, so good. And then it's just great. The riff is great. It sounds kind of corny 80s. The production on this album, I think, is terrible and makes it sound really dated. And I think the songs are better than they sound because of all these corny, dated production techniques that just like... This album unfortunately came out in '84, which is kind of the peak of this soulless, over-processed way of producing records, especially like pop records. The movie Purple Rain is terrible and amazing. The acting is bad. There's no real actors. It's like Prince and his friends pretending that they're actors and they're playing themselves, but they're just playing like themselves with different names. It's the most bizarre vanity project. Other than maybe Vanity. Vanity was probably the most bizarre vanity project for Prince, right? But yeah, Purple Rain is insane. You should get high and watch it. It's hilarious. It's not good. I'm crazy, and I know Purple Rain's not good. Take Me With You is... good. It's that... Yeah, not one of my favorite songs on the record. I know this song. The Beautiful Ones is one of the best songs on the record. Just a fucking great love song. Computer Blue is kind of weird. It's got that like clanky drum machine 80s synthy thing that makes it kind of too dated to hold up for me personally. Darling Nikki I love. This is actually why there are parental advisory explicit lyric stickers, because either Tipper Gore or one of the Washington housewives during that terrible administration heard Darling Nikki, and there's the lyric where it's like, she was a sex fiend, saw her on the corner masturbating with a magazine, and then she goes like, what? This is what kids are listening to? And yeah, so Darling Nikki, we have you to blame for me having to get my older brother to buy me Korn and Limp Bizkit albums without the censors on them uh, later when I would start buying records and they still had parental advisory, everything. Um, but yeah, Darling Nikki's a great song. I love the lyrics. I think it rocks. It's funky when it steps into the chorus thing. I like the synthy like keyboard stuff. When Doves Cry, and I Would Die for You. The last half of this album is the best part of this album. This When Doves Cry, I Would Die for You, Baby I'm a Star, Purple Rain. This is why it's great. That and Let's Go Crazy, Beautiful One, Darling Nikki. There's not really any bad songs on this record, except for, yeah, I don't love Computer Blue, Take Me With You, but other than that, Baby I'm a Star is okay. But I Would Die for You is the best of the dated 80s. That I like that. Dun, 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 dun. It's just, it works for me. Like the cheesy 80s datedness in this particular song, I think services it. And I wouldn't want the song produced better. It sounds glorious in its bad production. When Doves Cry is amazing. He took out the bass. This is part of why this song sounds insane. There's no bass line. Prince is a great bassist. He also knows lots of great bassists. He took out the bass line so it sounds like hollow and weird and floaty, but it has this kind of haunting quality because of that. And the lyrics are so good. The lyrics to When Doves Cry are some of my favorite Prince lyrics. Maybe I'm just like my mother. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Yeah. It's an amazing song. Do I have to convince you When Doves Cry is a great song? I don't think so. I Would Die for You. I just did. Baby I'm a Star. Nice. It's nice little rock. Nice little rock. Sets you up for the closer. Which is there a better closer on an album than Purple Rain? I'm trying to think if honestly there is. It might be the best closer on an album. It's one of Prince's best songs. This song to me does not sound dated in any way. This song to me sounds timeless. The guitar solo is beautiful. The singing is great. The lyrics are great. I never meant to cause you any problems. I genuinely never meant to cause you any pain. All I wanted one time was to see you laughing. Just one time. The best is, I know times are changing. It's time for y'all to reach out for the new, and that means you too. Purple Rain. Purple, my favorite color. 3, my favorite number. 3 purples. Got my magical concoction here, which is Japanese green tea, honey, RSO, and bee pollen, which is breakfast of champions, as far as I'm concerned. 3 good purples. We can move on to other colors. Although I wanted to do purple, deep purple. Machine Head is a perfect 10 record. But I'll do a whole metal thing. We got time. I have to do this every day until I'm not here. Love ya, January 6th for real this time. Sorry I pretended January 5th was January 6th. I wanted to release it after midnight, but then I was tired.